All right, we're back again. This is the last question that I'm able to tackle during this time together. And again, thanks everyone who sent in questions and really just got in here and rolled up your sleeves with me. It's been really great. So, this last question comes from Dawn. It's long, and I'm really grateful to you, Dawn, that you shared so much of your story because it's going to help me hopefully give you a good answer. So, Dawn says, I'm very discouraged in my so called writer's life. Dawn, I hear you. I've been there. I think we've all been there. Yeah, I get it. I have a YA trilogy out, published by a small press, Elk Lake. I've received good reviews, not as many as I'd like, but the ones I have are good, but I'm just not selling. A few here and there, some at book signings. I have a few Uber fans who can't wait for my next book to come out, and I hate to disappoint them, but I'm so discouraged I can't make myself write. I'm going to just stop there real quick and say, Dawn, applause to you. You have actually passed so many milestones and hurdles that so many writers never even get over. Having an entire trilogy written and published, that is amazing. Having good reviews, that's amazing. Having Uber fans, that is the pinnacle. So you're doing something right. You're doing a lot of things right to be at this point, and I just want to reiterate that and encourage you in that. I totally get the discouragement. I was there for, honestly, decades. And for those decades, I couldn't even say I have Uber fans or I have good reviews. It was like I've got, 2 over like 20 years. So I get it. And I'm so sorry to hear that you're struggling so much with discouragement. This is a really common story. So I'm just going to continue to read your email. You said, I've paid more in Amazon ads than I've ever made in sales. Recently signed on with a group, but now you're dealing with a lot of spam people trying to tell you that if you pay them a lot of money, that they will be able to get your book selling. So your question, which is such a good question, I love the way you phrased it. Your email says, my question is, if there was one thing I could do to change the situation, what would it be? My second question is, when do you know that it's time to quit? All right. If there's one thing you can do to change the situation, what is it? Hopefully this is helpful to you. I know that I don't know all the ins and outs of your situation, but reading between the lines of a few things you've said, I think the number one thing you can do to change the situation, besides recognizing that writing, publishing is a big ship and it does take time to turn it around, so bringing down the expectation of being able to do it instantaneously is really helpful, setting our expectations right. But you can, I really believe you can, turn the ship all the way around. And the one thing I would say you need to do is stop focusing on making a sale and start focusing on building an audience. So take your goal from being sell a book on Amazon, for example, running Amazon ads with the hope that someone will click on it and buy that book. Change the goal to bring someone into my audience. And in very concrete terms, what that means is get someone onto my email list. So what I would do if I were you, this is how I built my own audience, and it still works. Despite the fact that algorithms change, despite the fact that what is the best advertising venue might change, there's a lot of moving pieces in the online marketing worlds. But this works in the real world and it works online, and even though the pieces change, the fundamentals don't. So this still works. So what I would do, you have 3 books, take your first book and give the whole book away online. So set up a landing page where people can give you their email address in very simple terms. If you don't know how to set up a landing page, I can't really cover it all in a video. I'm sorry. You can Google. Certainly there's lots of people who can teach you to do that. I recommend the email provider that I use, kit.com, used to be called ConvertKit. With a ConvertKit account, you can build landing pages, you can build an email list. They've got fabulous tools for what I consider a very reasonable price. Very, very easy to use ultimately. And they've got training and everything too. So anyway, set up a landing page that asks someone for an email address in return for a whole book. Give them your whole book. Why would you do that? Why would you give them your book instead of selling it? Because that's the best way to let a reader know that you actually write something they want to read. If they get the book and they read it and they like it, then you have a fan. And because you have an entire trilogy, you also have sequels that they want to read, and you don't have to give those away. So give away your first book, get people on your email list, and then email them with an offer for your second and third book. It can be at full price. You can put it at a discount if you want to make it more attractive, and you will start seeing those books sell. And you can drive them to Amazon, and if they buy them on Amazon, then your rankings come up, and that gets you a little more visibility, a little more love. You can have them buy directly from you, and then you keep all of the money. Those are different strategies. They're attractive for different reasons, but it can change things around pretty quickly. And the reason, honestly, that I'm able to do something like this, sit here and even talk to you today, is because I've put time and money over the years into building an email list rather than focusing on the book sale in the moment. This definitely works best when you have multiple books. If you only have one book, it doesn't work as well, and you're going to have to wait a lot longer to get a return. But that's what I would do, and then I would start working on your next book, because as you build your audience, as you have that email list getting bigger and more people interested in your writing, then when a new book comes out, there's people waiting for it. You can contact them directly. You don't have to hope that Amazon is going to give you some love. And they'll review for you. They will buy your books for you. They will be your champions, and you'll have a lot of reason to thank God for them over the years. That's what I have found. And they give you somebody to serve, which is a good thing. It's a good thing to have. So that's my advice. That's my one thing. Change your focus from getting a sale to getting a person onto your email list, and then go from there. So I hope that is helpful. As to your second question, when do you know it's time to quit? I've been writing since I was 13, so I've definitely asked this question multiple times. And I think the answer is it's time to quit when you have nothing more to say. When you don't have any more stories that you want to tell, when you don't have any more content that you want to put into words in writing. There's other ways to communicate, so I'm not saying everybody has to write forever as long as you have things in your heart. But that's when you know you're done, is when you have nothing more you want to say. And if you've still got things to say and you've still got stories to tell, then I would encourage you to keep going. And there is a way. You can do it. So I hope this encourages you, and I hope this helps. And thank you for your vulnerability and for sharing and asking. All right, everyone. I am signing off. Thanks for being with me.